Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Manor Lords. We are in episode 2 of season 2. We're back in Eichenhau here, and we did a pretty good job of solidifying this small settlement last time out. Today, we're going to try and push that even further, and one of the things that I wanted to start off by doing is expanding our storehouse so we can have more roles for our settlers within that storehouse, which means we're going to allow more markets to open up. One of the things that I'm conscious of at the moment is that we don't have access to a clothing store in our marketplace, and that's because I removed the ability for our tanners to actually open up stalls in the marketplace. And I did this with a lot of the other production buildings because I'd prefer to have all of my markets come from that storehouse. I don't know how effective that's going to be, and it might mean that we have to open up multiple storehouses and specify the types of goods we have in there, but we're going to dive in and try to solidify that and then move forward with our expansions. So let's dive in. So the first thing I want to do is upgrade the storehouse. You can see it requires 5 logs and 10 timber, 5 timber and 10 planks. We're going to get that upgraded immediately. So we have 2 unassigned builders that are going to help us out with construction. Over here in the granary, we've got plenty of people working in there, and currently we only have berries. And that's because a lot of these veggie patches only started production this year. We're in year 2 of autumn, which means we're probably going to have our bandit attack in about a year and a bit, so we just need to keep an eye out for that. Our mining pit is there and ready to go, and also our clay furnace is also up and running, but we don't have anybody working in there yet. I just want to leave them for now. One of the things that has been added with the last update is the annual royal tax. We don't pay anything yet, but that is subject to change. Let's have a look. We've got plenty of food and fuel, which is really good. We've got our 2 oxen that are working pretty well, and our trading post is up and running selling planks. So that's really, really useful. That's going to bring us in some regional wealth so we can continue expanding these burgage plots. Currently in this one we do have 2 families working in there, so we can actually make that a vegetable garden. And what I want to do is I want to have all of these as vegetable gardens, and over here I think I did decide these were going to be chicken coops because they're a little bit smaller, yes, and they are only level 1 plots, so we can actually expand the living space there. I don't yet know, simply because I'm being ignorant, if we have 2 families in there they will then produce 2 eggs per day. It might just be the 1, I'm not entirely sure. And over here as well we've still got level 1 burgage plots that can't be expanded, so they're all going to become chicken coops. So we're all going to have chicken coops on this side with our vegetable patches here, and that's going to produce the main bulk of food in this settlement. Now over here I did want to grow trees all the way down this little alleyway here. I'm still going ahead with that plan, but I am going to have to make some adjustments to the path here because it looks a little bit weird. So we're going to start by removing that road there, and then we're going to redo it at the edge here, just trying to keep it as, you know, uniform as possible so that we create a really nice little alleyway that goes back out to the King's Road here. And that will then all grow trees within it. And over there we'll just join that up, and then we've got a little bit of space to put some more burgage in. We've got 30 living spaces but only 16 people assigned at the moment, so we are just going to leave that for now so that it runs. Our storehouse is currently not being used because people are building there, so we're just going to speed up so that that gets done nice and quick. Our next task is of course to upgrade so that we can finally put our manor in. We already have everything we need to actually do that, but at the moment we don't have access to a clothing stall because we are short on our people within the storehouse. So once that's built, we should be able to put some more people to work there, and hopefully that will then open up a clothing store for our settlers. We've got 3 firewood stalls, 1 food, 2 food, and no clothing. So hopefully that's now built. We should now be able to... Oh no, it still isn't built. For some reason it's not. It's now finished, I think. Yes, there we go. Right, so we do have market stalls assigned in there. We're just going to add 2 more people to that, and hopefully we will then get our clothing stall up and running. We're just going to keep an eye out on our market. There is one. There we go. The clothing stall is being constructed. So the storehouse works really well if you just set people to run that like so. And now we should start getting a supply of clothing, which means we can upgrade some of our burgage plots to level 2. That's really good. We do need a different type of food though, so I think it might be time now to move on to farming. Let's just have a quick look at our hunters. Yeah, the wild animals are only at 13, so that's not going to provide a great deal of extra stuff for us. And we know over here, fertility is not great. We can get quite a bit of Emma in there, so maybe that's where we can start building our first farms. I think that might be a good idea. So let's have a look at our fields. Now, I have done a little bit of research, and it has produced some results that allow me to, you know, make a little bit of a timely adjustment to stuff. So where's our logging camp? We only have the one, I believe. That's a stonecutter camp over there, and that is done. But I think I really messed that one up. So we're going to demolish that. I want to see if the stone node reappears. It might not. But if it doesn't, we are in a little bit of trouble with the stone, because there really wasn't a lot on that node anyway. And building on top of it seems to have really messed it up. Anyway, we're just going to have a look at our Emma again. So I can see here that the road we can carry on to there and just have it curve. And then what I want to do is I want to try and frame that Emma there. So it's going to come around a little bit more and kind of loop around like that, and then match up with the stone road, and then probably there. That's just going to, we'll actually delete that now, because then I can just adjust the road so that it really matches up nicely. Have a look at the Emma again. Yeah, so it can curve all the way around there and then join up with the path there. So all it needs to do now is come this way and kind of loop around here and join back up with the path there. And then we've got all of this area that we're going to get our woodcutters from the logging camp. We're going to change their work area to the trees here. Just going to adjust the size ever so slightly so that it doesn't interfere with the wild animals there. We just have a look. I think I may have made it a little bit too big there. Go back over to the logging camp. Change that work. Actually, no, we didn't. We did okay with that. Go there, and then we can move it once they've cut down all of those trees. I'm going to leave it at high speed, and then eventually, I mean, at the moment, there's no point plotting out our farmland yet. We do have more people moving in, which is fantastic, and our burgage plot now, excellent. We can upgrade to level 2. So we'll upgrade 1 and 2 to level 2. And this is now going to unlock our deep mining when we get these burgage plots upgraded. That's actually a really good start to this episode. So we're going to get more people logging actually to speed up that process. I'll just put another 2 into that, and then that should bring us quite a bit of timber into the store, which is really going to help with our next expansion. It's also going to allow our foresters to replenish the area here. I'm just going to check out, because this one's just a small work area, I think. We're going to give them a larger work area that kind of covers this space here as well, so I can get those trees planted in that space. And then I did have another forester's hut here, so we're just going to once again change the work area there and have them work within this forest to restore it to its full potential. With it being winter, I don't think the foresters actually work and plant new stuff, but we'll just have to keep an eye out for that. And you can see we're already clearing up quite a large swathe of stuff here. And that's going to then allow us to come in with our Emma and make some fields. So I'm going to actually start plotting these out now. Now, apparently, having things at 0.5 Morgan is probably the best field size you can do. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try and keep everything at 0.5. There we go, 0.5 again. And this apparently just gives you the best and most efficient way of organizing your fields. So keeping them at 0.5, you should be able to have 8 fields, I think it was. That's 0.6. It's a little bigger, but that's fine. And our settlement level has increased. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think we can get up to 8 fields per farm, which is the kind of optimum. If I go to here, that doesn't work. Let's start again. So we'll go there, there. Let's have it start here. Really just want it to kind of frame there. That'll have to do. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if I go 6. Starting here. Again, that one's a little bit larger. And then we'll come down here. 0.8. Do you know what? I think I will just add in some more just to fill out this area, and then we get this really nice looking farm with plenty of plots in. We'll go all the way up to the top there. That's a 0.7. And then we can put the farmstead. What I might do is, actually, we're going to delete these ones. Let's delete that. Delete that. And then what we'll do is we'll actually construct our farmhouse right in the middle here. Just on a bit of an angle. Like that. And then we put a road that kind of comes out here. Like a little farm trail. There. And then we'll delete that field. Yeah, we'll delete that field. And we'll fill it back in. So let's have a look here. This field can come down to here. Then go into there. Then there. Right, okay, we're going to have to try that again. We'll bring this all the way to here. Delete that field. Just getting this framing right. But I think this is going to be really cool once it's done. We're going to have this really nice looking farm that's kind of cut off. And then if I go to there with that one, got a little bit of a lopsided field there, but that's fine. And then we'll come along to here. Go. This is going to be a really big field, I think. Along to there, yeah, that's a 1 Morgan, which is fine. Got a large field there, and then over here we'll come along to here, and to there, and to there. That's another large field, and then along there, and along there, to there, to 1.1, and then from here we'll go all the way down there, to here, and then to here. That's a big field there. So we've got a huge farm there now. We might need to get another farmhouse in play, but that's fine. And then what I'm going to do is, just to finish it off, because I do think I messed up the road here. So we're going to go all the way along here with this road. Have it kind of curve around. We'll just build that to here on the corner there. And then we'll come along from here. Match it up. And we've got that really nice road that runs all the way along the farm, and we just need to finish off by matching it up to there. Excellent. Right, we'll get the farm built now, and then we can start talking about how we're going to fallow this and split it all up. So we've got really good wheat production here. We are going to rotate it. We're going to let it fallow for a year, then we're going to go back to wheat on that field there. Then here we're going to have it fallow, then we're going to rotate, we're going to go back to wheat, and then we'll have kind of like 2 seasons of wheat. We'll come over to here. We'll leave this as wheat there, and we'll wheat here. Here we'll just. I'm just going to mix it all up. Basically, we're going to go with fallow, wheat. I think there's only really a couple of ways that we can go about it. We'll just mix it all up though, because if we can just rotate these crops all the time, you can see the barley here is not good at all. So we're just going to mix everything around. We're going to have varying degrees of when we have fallow and when we have wheat being produced. And it's just going to change all the time. And hopefully we'll get a nice yield from these farms. And the small size of them will make it a little bit easier to plant on them. Like I said, I've not really experimented too much with the farming in Manor Lords, so it might not be amazing. But we can actually fill this up with at least 6 people for now. I think that'll be good enough. And then over here is where we can start making the bread and stuff, so we can get our communal ovens in there. And what I'll have to do is we'll portion off some of the land here for burgage right there, and we will construct those plots now, so we can have some burgage that kind of runs along the back of the farm into here. That gives us quite a few fairly sizable plots as well, but is that what I want, or do I just want them to be a little bit smaller? We'll try them a bit smaller, and then we can run the communal ovens and stuff around the back. I think that's probably the best way to go. So we'll try and bring this up to here. That gives us 1, 2, 3, 4. Some of them can be expanded, just a couple there. So we'll have chicken coops here as well, and then we can put in our extra stuff like the windmill and some extra bits and pieces as well. So the windmill here is going to be 94%, 93, dropping back down again, 96 there. We'll put the windmill on the corner, which I think is great. And then we will put the communal ovens at the back there. So let's get a road that runs along the back to here. And our communal oven will go in there. And I think we can probably do 3. I think 3 might be a good number. Is this going to fit in? No, it's a little bit too close to the edge there. We'll forget about that then, and forget about that. But now, we'll try that again. So we want our communal oven to go as close to the edge there as we can. Wonder if we can have it facing that way, and have it at a little bit of an angle. So we can have one there, then one there, and one there. Oh, that's cool. Right, what about another windmill, just so that we can boost up that flour production as quick as we can. We don't have enough wood or timber at the moment to actually produce them, so that's fine. But I think maybe a windmill here, if we can fit it in, or just on the corner there, at 96% efficiency again there, that might be a good place to put that. And then we've just got this really nice open farmland space here. It's only 85 there, and it is kind of inefficient, but I think it's due to the trees that are there. So let's go back to our logging camp. We're going to change the work area for that logging camp again so that it removes the trees that are here. We also have a new message. We've received reports of a band of raiders roaming the nearby lands. Should we track their steps? We'll say that we'll be ready. That is now the timer for the raider attack starting to happen. We'll get those trees cut down, and then we'll just reassess how viable it is to put a windmill there, running along the side of the farm. And then here I might replant trees again, just so that we've got a really nice looking settlement. So I think we can get a road on the corner there, and we'll just kind of loop it all the way through, and then we can have like a little alleyway of trees once we've restored that space. So the windmill here, see, we are now starting to get an increased efficiency there on that windmill, which is good. 89%, 88%. So that should be pretty good. I'm aware that this is quite a large undertaking that we're going for right now, but it should all pan out once we've got people working here. We've got 3 more workers that we've had brought in, and we are looking at 34 living spaces. We have 26 families living here at this moment in time. We're just going to get our hunting cabin back up and running with 2 hunters just to cull the wild animals in there, and then that'll allow the tannery to do a bit of work. The berries are growing again, so it might be, actually what we'll do is we'll drop 1 from the hunting camp and we will put someone else in the forager hut. We also need to spend our point, so let's get deep mining unlocked. There we have it. Excellent. We've got plenty of firewood, but we haven't yet built our charcoal burner, so I think that's something else we're going to have to do. Now, we have a forester's hut, a woodcutter's lodge over here, so let's go with gathering, and our charcoal kiln is just going to be on the outskirts here, right in the middle of that forest. It's probably not the best idea to put a charcoal kiln in the middle of your woods, but I like to live dangerously, so we'll have a little road that curls in towards that, and then we know that our charcoal kiln can get built. We can have someone working in there. We've got 1 person on firewood at the moment, and that is looking pretty good. So this is actually really useful, because in our granary at the moment we only have 2 people working. Most of them will be on vegetable duty. I don't believe our workers will be able to go in there and sell their own veg at the marketplace, so we're really getting a grip on our market and how we distribute our food throughout the settlement. Previously anybody could set up a market stall, but now that I'm able to control that, we can actually stop a lot of people selling goods and just make sure that all of our stuff needs to be funneled into these granaries and storehouses to give a really nice feel and control over our marketplace. And that's actually really going to serve us pretty well moving forward. I think it's been really good so far. We've made quite a bit of progress. We now need another few burgage plots. What we can do though is spend a load of money getting vegetable gardens put in place. That one was only a level 1 burgage plot. This one Again, this is only going to be a level 1, but we do... Oh, yes, we have 2 families living in there. We've already expanded those. This one we can't actually do anything with at the moment, but we can upgrade these ones. And I'm going to try and upgrade them in the order of which I actually built them. It's going to be quite difficult to keep an eye on eventually, but for now, we're doing pretty well. We do have 20 militia now, and I'd quite like to get really prepared and make sure that I have some stuff in the treasury, so it might be time to just have a look at where the bandit camps are at this moment in time. We don't seem to have any on the map apart from one up there at Nusselo, which is a very, very long journey for our soldiers, so we may just have to forego that right now. Hope we can get our manor built very quickly. In fact, if I just have a quick look, we just need the timber and then we can construct our manor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to construct the manor right here on the edge. We are probably going to need to import stone because of the faux pas that I made in the first episode where I didn't actually get the stone that I was looking for. And it depends where the bandits come from as well. So what I'll do is I will, for now, I'm going to put my manor here. Or maybe we'll put it there. That's a good place to put it. Kind of just on the tip here. Once I'm able to build it, we'll build it in that area. And then we can reassess how things look. But it's definitely time now to start really expanding our burgages, so we'll get some chicken coops in now, and that's going to bring in another source of food, which means we might need to expand our granary. We'll keep going with that, fill this up with chicken coops, and that should be a really good source of income for us. I think we'll maybe put vegetable gardens there because they're slightly larger, and we'll go with a vegetable patch there, and then we'll just have chicken coops here. I know it's not exactly optimal, but I'm quite happy to do that. And then, like I said, we're going to go with chicken coops here. We'll have chicken coops there and there. And I don't know if having 2 families working there is going to produce 2 eggs, but I'm going to do it anyway. So once the chicken coops are built, we're going to expand them by building another house there. And you can see our wheat fields are already up and running, which is absolutely fantastic. And it's just basically so that I can get a bit of a grip on things. We're going to get some more residential, so we'll have some more burgage plots. Probably only be able to fit 1 in here. Yeah, it's just the 1. Plot's too small, apparently. What if I go here? There we go. That's going to fit 1 more in, but with room for an expansion. Great. So, once we get some more timber in, we're pretty hard up for timber, so let's get our loggers back to work. We'll change the work area. We'll have them move over to here, and they can work within this forested area there. I just want to be careful not to go down the alleyway that I've marked out for decorative purposes. And yeah, looking really good. Now this burgage plot, unfortunately, oh no, it does have 2 people in there. I keep forgetting where I've managed to get 2 people. We can get our charcoal kiln up and running, so I'm going to go all into that, and I'm also going to not allow them to have a market stall. It's just very key that you periodically check who you're allowing to set up market stalls, because that's where things can go a little bit awry. We do have chickens in there, that's all set up. This burgage plot, we're going to expand the living space as well. And once we get some more timber, we'll continue expanding the living spaces. I think we can now put 2 people back into working in the foresters' huts and get the forests replenished as quickly as possible. We're right into summer now, so I'm hoping that we'll be able to get quite a bit in there. And if we have a look at our woodcutters, they're doing pretty much nothing at the moment, but we are starting to produce quite a substantial amount of charcoal. Well, 4 isn't exactly substantial, but I think it's a pretty good start. And then we'll expand the living spaces in these plots so that we can continue adding living spaces. We're at 39 now, and we have 33 families living here. I can also expand that one, which brings it up even further. 40 living spaces, enough space for 7 more families. And over here, the farmhouse is really getting to work now, which is absolutely fantastic. Our granary is currently doing okay. We're able to sell quite a bit of food. We've got loads of berries in stock, which is brilliant. The hunting camp and the tannery, we have pulled them back, and our hunting camp, I think, has exhausted all of the wild animals. Yep, so we can take them off. And forestry looking good. Burgage plots, oh, we can upgrade that one to level 2 now. That one's at level 2. Yeah, so we'll upgrade this last one to level 2. And what we'll probably do going into the next episode is reassign all of our families, because what we don't want, if we have a look at the people here, you can see all of this lot seem to live over here, which is too far away from the farm. So if we can reassign people, if we have a look here, we don't have anyone living here right now, but if we go to people, this family is currently transporting. This one is waiting, but what does she do? What's her job? We don't actually know. Which is a bit of a shame and a little bit worrying. It would be nice to know what they work as. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I want to see. Over here, we don't have anybody living in this plot, so hopefully someone will move in soon enough and we can get things up and running. We can't actually do anything at the moment because we haven't harvested any crops. It's about 80 days to the next harvest, and once that's done, we should be able to bring in plenty of wheat that we can convert into flour. And now we're going to start working on our castle. Now the first thing I want to do is I'd like to get an outer tower up and running, because then we've got our garrisoned units and we can try and kite the enemies into the tower itself. We can't actually do that right now because we don't have the space to be able to do it. So we need some more planks and we need some more stone. I'm just going to commit that so we can actually start building the manor, and then we're going to trade in and import some stone. We want to import stone and we want to get our surplus up to 50. Let's just say 50, because then we can stop trading it in once we've bought enough of it. We just go to our trading post again. The import is 11, so we're going to need, what, at least 500 regional wealth, potentially a bit more than that. We are going to need to export some more stuff then. Planks we're doing okay with exporting, but we are short. We've only got a surplus of 5 there because we've actually started using it to build. We could potentially sell some wheat. We could also sell some berries. Let's export some berries and keep our surplus at around 250. And that's going to be pretty good. And crafting materials, I think, are leather. How's our leather looking? We'd have to open up a trade route, which will cost us. We'll keep an eye out for that. Stone, we've got 15, but we have lost quite a bit of regional wealth. I'm just wondering if that's because we've actually now got some stone in at the trading post. No, apparently not. Unless they're now ferrying stuff over to the manor. Let's have a quick look again at our large storehouse. There's 14 stone in there, and we have 11 over there. So we have imported some stone, and it's just dropped because of that. Great. So our manor, once that's constructed, we will be able to get our retinue in, which should support the spear militia we've already got, and that's going to be just about enough to actually do what we need to do. We've now got 25 stone, we've assembled our retinue, and I think that's really, really good going. I'm not quite sure how long until the bandits turn up. We're at year 3 now in the summer, and I guess they'll be coming soon. So let's have a look at our taxes. We can do some land taxing now, and we can also get some tithe with our surplus food. So I'm going to go with a 10% tithe for now, just to boost our regional wealth. And we have our people in there. Taxes, we leave our taxes for now. We do have our retinue. We've only got 5. So if we go to the castle planner now and have a look at our outer tower will have garrison units and villagers shooting projectiles at enemies. The garrison tower will increase our retinue size. We can't afford that right now. And if we have quite a few of these, we should be able to create a really nice little choke point. I don't want that. Let's close and start again. Let's get rid of that. Let's get our walls and gates. Actually, we should do a path first. So let's connect this up to a path going this way, like that, and then back to the castle planner, walls and gates. We're going to do a bit of a wall. What we want to do is we're going to put in our outer towers first. So we'll have an outer tower here, and that does expand our manor. So we'll have an outer tower there. We'll have another one here, another one here. And then we can go back to our walls and gates. And we'll bring a wall. Now, our outer towers, I think we should be able to have a wall in front of them. And they can still fire out. We'll curve this around. There it forms the gate. And we'll keep curving around. We're going to need a lot of materials for this. That should be okay. There will definitely be a more efficient way to do this, but for now I just want to get this down. And what I'll do is off cam, we'll get enough materials to get this built. See, we need 66 planks and 42 timber. So we can't commit to that yet, but we do have plenty of stone to do with. We just need the planks and the timber. So we're going to have to go over to our trading post now. We're going to no trade the stone, we're going to no trade the planks, and we are going to make sure our timber reserves are not depleted by this. We need 42 timber. So if we then go over to our saw pit and we set this at 42, we should be able to cope with any, we'll not have any. I'll set it to 50 so that we can always have 50 timber in stock, and then the saw pit will get to work on producing planks as soon as it's able to. I've actually had one person working in that saw pit for a very long time and not having anything to do. We're going to bulk out the farm, and I think that will do. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to let this run. I'm going to get my manor castle extended, and we'll finish our episode once that's done. See you guys when everything's finished. And so our settlers worked long and hard through the winter to finally complete our manor, just in time, as I think the bandits are round the corner very soon. We built a bunch of garrison towers, we've got some nice gates in there to make an escape if need be, but hopefully the archers that are stationed within this tower should make easy work of the bandits when they finally show up. And that brings us to the end of today's episode of Manor Lords. We've done a lot today, and I really hope you've enjoyed watching things expand and grow here in Eichenhau. Hopefully, we'll be ready to start producing our own military supplies so that we can actually start making some claims on the land here. I've had a really good time building this, and I feel like I'm now getting to grips with how things work here. So Season 1 was actually pretty useful, and I hope you're finding a lot more enjoyment in Season 2. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.